I'm gonna have to call this like the most OP underground horde base ever or something. Something really clickbaity, I know. But how could you argue that it's not? Look at the evidence! G'day guys, my name's Josh. You can call me Jawordle and welcome back to 7 Days to Die, where we're back in Alpha 20 and back in Jawordle Park, ready to test some things and build some bases and see what creative solutions we can come up with to best fight the zombie hordes. And I'm coming back today because I've just built this bad boy, this bedrock based contraption here with this super efficient zombie dropper up the top. The zombies show up, take a little slippery dip on the red slopes here like it's a super fun happy slide and go all the way down to the bottom, ready to be maimed or more likely murdered. So now that I have this and have that working properly, I want to do it. I want to build myself an underground base. I haven't built one since like Alpha 17 or 18, whatever it was, a long time ago. And I want to invest some serious time into this. I want to go like step by step and make like the base itself, how best to fight the hordes coming down, but then also like, you know, an underground garage again. See if we can make that better now we have all the Alpha 20 stuff, and really take the underground base concept and see how far we can push it before things start breaking. So that's my goal for today. Let's revamp this and make it better. If you're unsure about how all this works, there's a whole dedicated episode to how this was built and the trials and tribulations we went through to get it to where it is. But basically, we'll give a quick little demo. All the zombies will just come in, give myself a couple of Arlenes, come over, get real mad at me, and just take a little dip right off the edge here. Oh, don't make me a Muppet now. There we go. Thank you, Arlene. I had to run all around the other side for some reason, but that's fine. Run off the side, and happy as Larry jump to their imminent deaths down the bottom here. They won't die instantly because that was patched out a long time ago, but they do take a little bit of damage. About a fifth, about 50 HP points, which is not that much at all. But that's how the top of it works. Again, go watch the video if you're confused how to build it. But now that we have that and a reliable way to send the zombies down to where I am down the bottom, now I want to build myself like a proper horde base. So when they hit the bottom, explode their knees, I can kill them nice and easily. Last time I built one of these, I built like a donut base. So like the dropper in the middle here was the middle column of my house, and I had like a ring around the outside with all of my house stuff. But I want to go a bit differently to that. I want to try and build at the bottom of the world because it's something I haven't done before. And what I'm kind of thinking is I'm gonna find the middle of this and build a bit of a channel off to the side. So the zombies come down, they're already hurt and already annoyed, but when they get out of their initial destroy everything phase that they'll go into when they drop, they'll start heading towards me in a reliable way. So out this way, I think, I'll chuck in some like stairs or something up here so they can get up and onto this platform. I mean, you could just fight from the platform, I suppose, but I want them to come to me in a straight line, so I have to do less work for more murder. I've given it a little bit of a lick of paint down here just to give it some personality, I suppose. And I'm thinking about how I want the zombies to get up and out of here. Like, I have my, what's effectively going to be some sort of corridor just over here. That's where the zombies are going to get mostly murdered. But I don't want to remove the option of the easy kills you get when they're all floundering on the ground over here. So I think, rather than building a permanent stair set to get up and out, I reckon... Now, this would be pretty expensive to do, but I guess if you're building something this colossal, you're probably pretty late in the game. If you get some powered hatches, do the zombies see them as good options if you put them down like that? I'll put them on both sides. So yeah, powered ones especially, so you can flick a switch somewhere and remove their pathing. So, you know, it gets like staked up against the wall and it's all over Red Rover for them. I'll see if that works out, because if that's going to be good, I'll leave them there and the zombies have a way out of the hole. I've changed the layout just a little bit, so they're now like flush up against the wall, so when you turn on the switch like that, they'll open up, out, and give the platform rather than being a platform that you can turn off. This is kind of like foolproofing the zombie AIs. If you run out of power, the zombies stay contained and don't suddenly surprise you coming down your hallway in the middle of the night for no reason. I will give that a quick little burl though. Give me a couple of Arlenes, if you guys could all just get into the hole, please. Come on, there you go. Yep, that way, that way, that way. Thank you very much. Nice. Okay, so if you're all down there, thank you for the present. If you're all down there, and I turn on that so the hatches are open and give yourself a path, do you see that as a goer? I mean, you might if you're... I mean, yes, they do is the long and short, but also just kind of stuck underneath there, not having a real great time of it. maybe I need to rearrange this a little bit because, like, yeah, a couple of them are making it up and out, but not really that efficiently. I have to tweak this a little bit. Hang on a second. I've changed the layout a bit so that the hatches are on the far wall from where I want them to run to initially. Get rid of you guys. That all looks pretty swell. Okay, turn you on. Okay, good. For this test, though, I'm going to grab myself a couple of Arlenes up the top. There we go. And put myself back down the bottom. Just to see if they do come down the hole the way I want them to, then use the step ladders to get up, out, and come around. May as well test a couple of things at once. Oh, they come down at a rate of knots. It's raining Arlenes. Hallelujah. They're all in destroy everything mode. That's fine. They'll wear themselves out like a toddler on red cordial. Come on, up you come. You gotta stop. You gotta stop that. Please stop that. The rest of your friends are making their way out, but it seems to be working fine. The pathing's all good, with the added bonus of that spreading out their numbers relatively well. So they take a moment to break walls and stuff down the bottom, then eventually make their way up to here. Okay, I like it so far. I like the way it's working. It's working a treat. So that's kind of why I wanted to use a temporary escape method rather than just having like a permanent ladder or stairs or something. Because they do a little bit of damage to like the walls and stuff. Just in their destroy everything mode, they're not going to like sit there and wail on it until the block breaks. They only did a little bit of damage, if any. But they will eventually turn off that mode and go up and out the stairs. So that's all well and good. I can now turn you off while I work on the next bit. So we've got the pit drop, which is good, does some damage, pisses them off. They come out, they run this way. What do we do with them next? Ooh, you know what? Oh, I reckon, given it is Alpha 20 and the new crawling mechanic has come into play, I reckon we take this crawling base design and utilize it down in the depths. God, that does actually look pretty cool already, doesn't it? I quite like where this is going. I've turned this whole wall over here into concrete. I'll explain why I did that in a little bit, but for now, I just want to focus on getting the crusher. I don't even know what we want to call it. It's like the slope that gently suggests to the zombies that they should probably crawl through the next bit rather than break some stuff. And to do that, we've done it before. We just get our new favorite blocks in the world, the old narrow wedgie boys. Go like this, chuck you up the top, all the way along like that. You're supported by the wall. Oh, you were supported by the walls until you deleted one of them. Quickly put you back the way you were supposed to be. Just like that. Nice. So it's like the first little bit just needs to be just a gentle tap on the noggin, and we can slowly, that's the wrong block, slowly increase that suggestion as time goes on. On face, stick you that way as well. And then the next bit, because it's already half a block wide, now we just need the regular wedges on face as well. Stick you that way, down like that. And then just like that, in 3 blocks, we've gone from 3 blocks high to 2 blocks high. And we could probably even just continue that a little bit further. Just continue the same wedges because I like the look of them. Over to there, grab the normal wedge block as well. And easy as that. Any zombie that shows up now will slowly get squashed down to just 1 block tall and just start crawling along so their heads are right for the shooting. This might need to be a little bit longer. What are we looking at the moment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 blocks long. Which, I mean, look, 7 long of anything would be a bloody monstrous thing for me, but in this case, I think we might need a little bit of extra, another couple of bits on the end of it. Let's go like 10, I think. I think 10's gonna be the right amount. 1, 2, 3, that'll be fine. I'll just make the same kind of like thin corridor all the way along, because what I want to do is have ample time to sit back and shoot zombies in the face as they're crawling towards us. If it's too like close quarters, I don't know, you might get overwhelmed. If you're playing 64 zombies, that's going to be a lot of undead flesh in your face. The real important thing here that I haven't actually mentioned is you have to make sure that the zombie's easiest path to get to you is the way you want them to come. That's why I have the stairs there, the dropper there, and all of this stuff is just forcing the zombies to come where I'm expecting them rather than sneaking up from behind me. The biggest problem with underground bases since they patched in the super zombie sledgehammer hands and make them be able to dig faster than on any tool is that if you went underground, they would just dig through the soil to get to you. So never having zombies falling out of the ceiling on top of you rather than coming the way you wanted them to. This far down, it's the reason I built it all the way down here rather than nearer the surface. This far down with the zombie dropper, as far as the zombies are concerned, that's the easiest way for them to get to us, and then up and out of the pit and where I want them to come to. So a bunch of different mechanisms are working together to get this to run properly, and it should work out a treat. I've carved out a little bit of a shooting gallery for myself at the end here, because you need somewhere to stand where you have a good line of sight down the tube to rinse the zombies as they show up. Me personally, I quite like having... Maybe not that one, actually. Let's go with our new best friend. We're using him so much now. Let's continue that trend. Let's get the old narrow wedge blocks and just chuck them down there just so that you have a bit of variable elevation. Not much, not like the difference between standing and crouching, but just if you have to like get around a little bit, you can like raise and lower your gaze just that little bit to make life a little bit better. This actually looks really cool. I really like how this is coming together. It's getting me all sorts of fizzy. Give me... one of these ones. Now, you do want to block them up, so obviously I want zombies just having free reign to just pour through the envelope slot, like there's several Amazon packages the day before the mail shuts off for the weekend. Let's grab you, because there's no post on Sundays. Let's grab you. Ooh, maybe not that actually. So the zombies will only crawl through a full block gap. They won't crawl through something smaller than that unless they have their legs blown off and they're like the proper like crawler rather than the shambler. Not on all fours, just on all twos of whatever they've got left. So I'm gonna grab instead. I'm kind of thinking plates. Maybe something like that, actually. That wouldn't be a bad shout. If I chuck you across there, it keeps the sight window nice and open. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's get a couple of zombies and test it out. That should be good. I think rather than just spawning in a couple of Arlenes and see how they run, let's go the whole hog and throw a cheeky horde at it. Go like that, spawn yours in. That should... Yep, you're running about. Oh, this is interesting. This is one thing I was concerned about. Remember how I said that if they think it's faster to dig to you, then they'll dig to you rather than take the drop? That is a problem. I might have overbuilt myself, overexerted my building, and ruined their pathing. They're not digging though, which is kind of interesting. Oh, no, there we go. Yeti's got his sledges out. All right, that's fine. That's fine. I may have cooked it a little bit. Even building a roof on top of myself, they still want to come the other way. Maybe it's because the walls are weak. I wanted to keep the sandstone there because I like the look of it. Maybe I can just put like a concrete wall behind the sandstone. Yes, it's a waste of material, but yes, it will look cool. So just having like a little weak spot like that has caused their pathing to change. Interesting. I've built myself a full-on like sarcophagus down here, double layered concrete around the whole joint with a silly little layer of sandstone in the middle. Was it completely necessary? I would argue yes, because it looks utterly dope down here, especially with my nice ceiling that's all nice and symmetrical as well. But we'll give that a whirl and see if that works a little bit better. I'm worried I'm just too far away from the drop though. They're no longer seeing that as the option. They're like, fuck it, I'll just dig to you instead. Ooh, hang on. Maybe it's because of the super cool crawling base. Maybe, like when it was elevated, it was fine because they would work to your elevation, then work horizontally too. But in this case, it seems to be a bit different. Okay, maybe a crawling base isn't an option down here. I'll give this a crack and see if they end up standing in the same spots again. Come on this way, please. There you all are. Turn on your brains and get you over. That's not what I wanted you to do. Get off. Get off me bloody force field, you bastards. You can't go digging through that. I'm testing other things right now. I know there's a hole underneath it, but stop getting excited about that. Damn it. Okay, I might need to get rid of the crawling base. All of that work might be for naught. Dang it. Oh, how I miss the days when everything just worked the way I wanted it to all the time, though it's been a long time since I had that kind of luck. What did I have in there again? I had like the Harvey Boy plates, didn't I? Like that one. Oh, that's pole plate. Maybe that's playing a little bit of an unforeseen thing on that. Where is... There we go, plate half. It's slightly thinner than the regular one, but it might still work out. Because all I want to do is have some fun, go like that, and stick you conversely on the matching side up the tippy top, like that. So I don't think that's fat enough for zombies to walk through. They can crawl through it. Or maybe I'll just put bars across at this point. Maybe I need to let go of having a nice big gaping hole and just put in something to stop the zombies. I've got a side-centered pole up the top because that's not super necessary. But what I do want to do down the bottom here is put in, let's go up the top like that, is put in the regular pole that's on the side of the block so it doesn't get in the way of my sight lines down the bottom there. The top one would have, but that one's going to leave me a nice open sight picture to murder everyone through. Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully they don't come and stop and prop over the top of me noggin way up yonder up on the ceiling. Come on. We're gonna go this time. Hopefully down the hole. I'm really hoping you do what I want you to this time and not fuck about. Come on. Come on. Damn it. Oh, I thought you took a step towards it, but nah, you didn't. Shit. Have I made the corridor down there too long? Things are not going how I wanted them to. I'm slowly working my way back into the tunnel to see how they react, and so far they're jumping off the edge all nice and happily like Disney will make you think a lemming would. They don't actually do that, by the way. I thought that maybe like the lip here, maybe that was blocking their pathing a bit, but I'm going ever so slightly back and back and back and just seeing what happens. Let's try that one. You can see how many times I've run this test by how many loot bags are about the place. I want to know what the limit is so I can try and figure out what the catch is. Because before, they were running over there nice and happily. I don't know how I can make this better. They're still going down there though. So what was your problem? What is happening here? I've tried this all sorts of places along this corridor here, and this is the first time it's working reliably. I think I found the limit because there's a lot of them congregating over here around my lantern like they're bloody fireflies, but also a couple of them grouping up basically above where I'm standing. So I think that is the limit. Can I like paint you, let's go like red or something so I know what color, or rather what block it is that I need to stand on. So if I test that to there then, please go away. Don't need you anymore. Let's test a whole new crew. I know this is riveting just watching zombies jump down a hole, but this is important. I need to know how far I can push up. Okay, she's going down. I think we found the line. I think we found the line where I need to stand. Turns out 7 blocks was enough. I got the extension for no reason. I've moved my little horde barrier up to the front, just past the red marker. That's where the red marker was. So if I'm standing on my little slopey boys here, that should be close enough to the hole that they'll fall down. I'm hoping the poles here though don't ruin the pathing, but only one way to know for sure. Let's get up to the top and see where they're coming from this time around. Oh, they're all turned off. There we go. There we go. Turn yours all on with the press of a button. Wish I could always find the button that easy, but apparently not. You're skirting around. Ooh, if you want to go down that side, that's fine. So far, so good. None of them are going over and getting stuck on the sand. We're having, so far, 100% success rate of them falling down the hole. Nice. Okay, I'll let this run for a little bit and just murder them up to end up down the bottom. That's all good though, they're all jumping out the way I want them to. Might be a little bit of damage to the concrete over there, but nothing too bad. Maybe I need to reinstall the crawler thing, because maybe it was just the distance to the hole that was the problem rather than the crawling part. Could be worth a little bit of a gander to see if I can get them down in their haunches again, because I really like that dynamic. It means that demos can't get tickled. It means that you're going to get headshots for days. Oh, I mean, all right, you're just kind of presenting yourself there to me then, I suppose. Fair enough to ya. Maybe later, though. I'm a little busy right now. So I ran it for a little while, and there's no one up here beating on stuff, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. I can go back to daytime now to keep on building. Let's put the crawling stuff back in, and see how it goes, because it is a much shorter little killing area now. We need to... Fucking alright then. We need to take advantage of that as much as we can. Get rid of the loot bags, because there's plenty of them around. Let's get them on all fours and do unspeakable things to them. There we go, got it back installed again. Hopefully that one will work a little bit better than it did last time for me. I'm nervous about having that many blocks in their path, in their pathing line of sight, if that's how you want to describe that, but they have the crawling mechanic now, so they shouldn't have too much of a drama. Here they all come. They were falling down to the same again. So it wasn't just the blocks that was in their way, it was how far back from the drop that I was, which kind of makes sense, I suppose. I'm not sure why they choose to tunnel when they can just fall down that way. But, you know, whatever, have to work to the rules of the game, and the rules of the game dictate that that's how the zombies think. So then all they're gonna do, run over here, get stuck on the wall a little bit. Don't know why you're getting stuck over there, but the rest of your friends are making their way through nice and easily, like. So look at that. Look at that. They pop their noggins up like soggy pumpkins after a very long Halloween season, ready for a poppin'. Gonna start calling you guys pinatas rather than zombies, because that's all you're begging for. All right, now that we know that the proof of concept does work, let's get rid of all of you guys. Cheers for testing the theories for me. How's the walls holding up down here, by the way? Because I do go to destroy everything mode. How you looking? Oh, there's a little bit of damage there. There's only a couple of swings happening, not so often. So some repair, some upkeep if you're choosing to get them out of the hole and kill them over here. Could kill them in the pit when they fall down and avoid most of that, but having a fallback point is always a good idea. So now that we've got that, also, by the way, I know that there's no actual way for the player to get into the base at the moment. I will cover that. Not right now, but I'm just building the base itself. We'll cover access routes another time. But what I want to do is make this a little bit more usable against the zombies. So, electric fences, absolutely godsends for this kind of thing. Gonna run some wires across, get them jiggly and get them held up and slow them down so I have even more time to shoot them in the nose. So this is why you may remember a little while ago I talked about making this whole wall here concrete, and that's because I want to have a way to access my my electric fences and stuff behind the walls so they're nice and protected, but I can also do like repairs and upgrades and stuff like that during the horde night, because leaving them out there just to be broken will result in some pretty sad and sorry electric fences by the end of it. So I'm going to dig out a cavity behind the walls here. Got a roof over the top to stop them digging down as well, because that's essential when you're building underground. But dig out a nice cavity behind that wall, run the electric fences, because physics doesn't apply, through those walls, and it gives me a way to really keep on top of everything. There we go, just banged in a couple electric fences, 6 to be exact, in a little slot there. I have double thicked the walls there. Anytime you can like thicken up, add extra material to paths you don't want zombies to take, the more secure and the more reinforced their pathing is gonna be. Because the last thing you want is to be out here trying to kill zombies and they show up and then suddenly take a Louis and try and beat through the wall. Don't ask me how I know that, because I have a lot of experience with it and it sucks. And then your horde night goes pear-shaped really bloody quickly. So double thick the walls up, that's not too much of an ask. Only a couple of extra blocks of concrete. Even though this is a pretty big build, there's not that much material being used. So a couple of hundred blocks of concrete in the late game, not that much to ask at all. It's still taking advantage of efficiencies with the zombie AI. Just wiring up all these electro fences to one switch. Don't want to daisy chain them, because then if one breaks, they all break. But this way, they'll all run independently of each other. And then from there, we're just going to run that all the way along to the other side, like a chicken crossing the road, to that one. And that's going to have that electrocuted wire directly in front of us at the right height. So as the zombies make their way through, they'll get tingly all the way along and maybe take triple the amount of time to get to the bars than they would even if I didn't have those electric fences there. They're so effective. It's so good. With all those electric fences in place, it's already going to be really good against a horde, but it is like relying on you to actively defend it quite a lot. If you're going to use traps, may as well use most of them. And this, like the crawling base, because all the zombies are on the same level, and in this case, it's 3 wide, you can chuck in a cheeky blade trap right in the guts there and slice and dice a couple of zombies like their heads are cabbage. All you got to do is make sure that you don't shoot the actual stem, and that should be close enough that you should be able to repair it. If it gets damaged, can I damage you a little bit so I can test it out, please? Go like that. Can I reach you from here? Yeah, so you can repair it from safety as well if it starts getting a little bit wobbly. But the other thing, we're really going all out here. The other thing I want to add are some dart traps. Now, dart traps will fire 27 blocks before the dart just disappears. So you can fire it directly at your face as long as you're far enough away. Now, I have measured this out. If I add an extra one onto here, that there is 27 blocks away from where I'm going to be standing. So I can fire them from that side, it'll come all the way down the channel, shoot a bunch of zombies up the clacker, and I'll be nice and safe. So you got everything working for you, all hand in hand. I'll be honest, this build has got away from me a little bit. It's gone from being what was going to be a relatively simple idea and has ballooned out. Who even knows how long this video is at this point? And I'm just kind of getting lost in building cool stuff. We're just building cool bases at this point, giving you ideas, I hope, of what you could be doing. So I've got my electric fences, got a blade trap in there as well, which I'll actually need to wire up to that one, up to that switch. Give you some juice, there you go. Nice, so that switch will now control everything down here, all electric fences and the blade trap. But the dart traps, the spiping on the other side of the world over there, are actually all connected to this tripwire here. That purple wire at the front is the tripwire that goes all the way around the outside here to the back there. So everything's nice and connected from my little power room over here. So this is my power, and then this room is where I go to repair the electric fences when they get damaged. So let's turn everything on and just run a horde through it and see how effective it actually is. Because I've got to wrap this up at some point soon, but I want to see him get diced up first. I've just given myself an M60 with some ammo just to fight it like without the gold weapons, you know, using an actual weapon you get in the game. Though I don't think I'm gonna need it. Gee, she comped that. No way. Can I, like, hang on a second. If I give myself some steel, which I should have had already actually to do the upgrades, that's heckin' bloody loud. But if I just stand here and keep my blade trap up and running, do I even need to do anything? Like, no? I might have made an incredibly efficient base without really trying to. I mean, yeah, it's got everything going for it. It's got dart traps, which you'll notice are shooting towards me, but not shooting me in the face, which is good. I can just keep you repaired. And if it's a small repair, it doesn't even cost me steel either. Like, I'm repairing it, but it's not actually taking any steel in my inventory. I've only lost a couple of them so far. Oh. This has gone so much better than I thought it would. Who needs M60s? Who needs anything else when we have a lettuce dicer and a hammer? With the power of Edison and Tesla, we're fucking up the zombies. I was gonna say it's getting me tingly, but it's getting them far tinglier than I'll ever be. This is so good. Here I was worrying about the efficiency of this base with all the materials that we used, which in fairness wasn't actually that many. This is insane. I didn't realize it was going to be this bloody good. Like, again, it's not costing me anything to repair the blade trap. I haven't taken anything else out other than my hammer so far, and they're all just dying. Now, admittedly, I'm not getting experience for it, which sucks because I don't have any points in the advanced engineering. But if you were just focused purely on survival, you could just do this. Admittedly, like, maybe moving the blade trap further towards the front might be even better again, but this is so much better than I anticipated. This is really rocking me socks. It's so good. What more could you possibly ask for? I now just have my finger resting on the right click, so as soon as the blade takes damage, I upgrade it and repair it immediately. But I mean, you could just rest something on your mouse and AFK the horde at this point. This is insane. I'm having so much fun. This was gonna be a quick test. Now I'm just gonna run the zombies through it like a bloody colander. I'm having so much fun with this. They show up, they get tingly, they get dead, and look at all the loot that's waiting for me. So good. I'm gonna have to call this like the most OP underground horde base ever or something. Something really clickbaity, I know. But how could you argue that it's not? Look at the evidence. Alright, listen, I've had my fun. I could sit there all day and just watch all the zombies turn into goo in front of me over and over again. But I'm gonna have to leave this one here, I think. Clear out all the loot bags and start moving on to some other things. So that's the horde base part of my underground base. I do want to make like proper like entryways and stuff because having this is great, but I want to build somewhere to live behind it as well. So when the horde shows up, you come over here, you fight the zombies, then go back to your couch and smash your face full of Doritos like I do every bloody day because Doritos are delicious. So good though, so bloody good. So that's gonna be part one. I don't know. I'm gonna do a whole like kind of series on building up this underground base to be as cool as I think it can be, because there's lots of mechanics in Alpha 20 now that I think we can take advantage of to make that base as cool as we can. I've been recording for a couple of hours now on this, so I have no idea how long the video is going to be. If it's too long, I'm sorry, but that shit happens sometimes. That shit happens when you're having fun. But I'll have to come back and continue building my underground lair in the next episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to the patrons of the Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button down below and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Twitter. If I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.